Fellas, let's go to a topic that seems to always come up. And sometimes you don't know where it comes from. You don't know when it's going to come. You don't know how it's going to come. But it seems to always come up. And it's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we're talking about Mike Tomlin's future. And let's start with the Ben Roethlisberger quote, because I feel like having a legend like that say something, maybe that gives it a little different context. And he said, maybe it's time to clean house. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. And I like Coach Tomlin. I have a lot of respect for Coach Tomlin, but maybe it's best for him too. That was on his Football and podcast. Coach Dungy, how do you hear it? Your reaction to this whole situation?
Yeah, I've lived in Pittsburgh for 10 years. I was around Steeler football, so I know how the fans are. This time of year, everybody gets upset. Their feelings come out. I saw Ben's quotes. I saw James Harrison with kind of the same thing. And you see these players saying, man, what's going on? We're just not seeing Steeler football. I'm a former Steeler. I'm saying the same thing. I'm not seeing Steeler football. But I also know that you can't just, jump ship and get rid of the coach and think everything's going to turn out fine. I went through this in the past. I saw Chuck Noll after winning 4 Super Bowls when I was an assistant coach there, and people saying the game's passing by. We need to get rid of him. Bill Cowher, same way, a couple of years out of the playoffs. Oh, we need to get rid of him. Just relax, people. Let the season play out. Let's see what the Steelers do these last 5 games before we decide to get rid of the coach.
I don't know, Coach. I see it a little differently. I mean, we've covered Mike Tomlin for a long time, and maybe he needs a fresh start. Maybe it doesn't sound so unreasonable. And I think, one fit could be the New York Giants, could be a perfect fit for him, because I think, he's a guy that can really handle the media. He has a young quarterback, and we saw the impact of Sean Payton and the young quarterback, Bo Nix, impacting him and rejuvenating him. And defensively, I think the Giants have a lot of good pieces that he could build on. I think Tomlin makes this a borderline playoff team. If I'm the Giants, I'm aggressively going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, seeing if I could trade for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I could see that, definitely. But I have to put myself in Art Rooney the second, with his situation. Okay, I get rid of Mike Tomlin. I let him go. Let's start fresh. Who do I get? I've got to make sure I get somebody better than Tomlin, and that's not necessarily easy.
I think the biggest problem, Jack, is he just doesn't have a quarterback. I mean, and that's the biggest thing. We know that he can fix a defense. He can build a defense. DK Metcalf, he hasn't looked like a number 1 receiver, but they need a young quarterback that'll come in, that'll spark the entire team, that'll give that, it'll give that organization like much needed juice. They just need something a little different.
Yeah. And right now, there's not an identity on the offense or the defense. And, that comes from your staff and everybody else. Mike is a good coach. He's going to continue to be a good coach. But right now, I kind of agree with the old veteran guys. I'm not seeing Steeler football. They've got a month to get back to that.
Yeah. Let's start with this. I mean, it's been amazing. Rodney, to your point, Big Ben retired in 2021, right? So they haven't really had that level of quarterback play since. And even at the end of his career, it was teetering a little bit prior to his retirement. They've tried to draft guys. Now they've kind of gone the old way. Let's bring in a vet. Let's bring in Aaron Rodgers and see if we can get some final miles out of this. And they are 6-6. They're getting ready for Baltimore, who's also 6-6. And they're playing right now for the division lead. It's amazing when you think about, since Big Ben retiring, they have not had a losing season. Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season. He's had a couple 10-win seasons without that quarterback. And here they are again for first place in the AFC North, Coach.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.